I grew up and spent my childhood and teen years in Chernihiv. Ukrainian hetmans once built their residences here, and now the Russian occupiers have tried to wipe everything off the face of the earth here. It was really hell here in March. Now there is also a terrible scene, but it has all been cleaned up, a lot has been repaired, a lot has been done, burnt equipment has been removed, many houses have been repaired. Now I'll show you how my house is looking. Every time I come home, I'm so used to being welcomed by my girls, my Caucasian shepherds. I will show you now. Here are my girls. You have already seen one. She was intensively barking and defending her territory. Now I will show you the second one. In fact, I had 2 dogs. This dog died because of the war. Animals are the family members. They are creatures that you were putting your soul into. They were putting their soul into you. It's like losing a family member. And these are just small things. We have already fixed the roof, the doors, that's not big deal. We'll change them, they are broken. Maybe we will install these. The broken windows remain. We will fix them too. We've already done the basics. There was no gas and no electricity. It was impossible to live because there were Russian occupation troops on one side and our Ukrainian forces fighting back on the other. The city was under blockade. The Russians tried to seize it, but the city didn't give up. My family had been in the blockade for weeks and the shelling was constant. The only place where it was possible to hide, because shells were constantly hitting the house, was this underground chamber. And this underground chamber is for the pumping unit. Our grandmother, who is 95 years old, was taken down there. The animals were taken down there too. We have cats, so everyone, my parents, were taken down there in an attempt to survive. It is a very small place. A few people could hardly be placed here. I admire the people who have survived all this and at the same time keep their fighting spirit and believe that everything will be Ukraine. This is your second war, isn't it? The second one, at 95 years. I didn't have a very sweet life. 2 wars, that's not so sweet. But that first war was less painful. Also, it is said that the Germans are bad, but the Russians are worse, much worse. This is probably one of the biggest tragedies in Chernihiv. 49 victims. When you were walking here, walking around, you knew those people who lived there. The parents of my friend were killed here. And it's terrible to realize that someone has changed lives, turned everything upside down and caused this tragedy. This is my city, this is my native Chernihiv. It was always been the outpost, a reliable defense for Kiev and for the entire Ukraine. And it is symbolic that we are now near the Hotel Ukraine. It was destroyed by Russian shelling. All of these places are so native to me. My school where I studied is across the street, and across the street is my job, my first TV channel where I started my career. And the Hotel Ukraine is symbolic for me. It's the city's card. It's the hope that it will be repaired and the city of Chernihiv will be also restored. The victory must be, and may God give the victory to all young people to live. Oh, my granny. 80% of the buildings destroyed by the Russians in Chernihiv are civilian objects. These are homes of ordinary people, and the city has to be restored. Look, my grandmother, who, let me remind, is 95 years old and can hardly stand up, she believes that the city can be raised and restored, and she believes in victory, as we all do. Reported by Anna Nytchenko, Yuri Shulga, UATV News.